Hello, my name's John McGilvery. I'm the interviewer for the Massachusetts Veterans Oral History Project. Today is Friday, April 28th, 2017, and the time is 2:53 p.m. I am at the Norwell, Massachusetts Council on Aging, and I am about to interview Apostol, Kristo Apostol.
Right.
So, Kristo, thank you for agreeing to be interviewed. I want to ask, what's your date of birth?
John, I was born 12/5/24.
12/5/24, thank you. And where were you born?
I was born in Boston.
In Boston?
Boston.
Okay.
6 Esty Street, Roxbury, Massachusetts.
Oh, all right.
Out of Boston.
So, when you entered the military, where were you living? Was Boston your hometown?
Boston was my hometown.
Okay. And what branch of the military did you enter?
I started into the Navy,
Yeah.
and then I was in the Navy about a year, and I was transferred to the Marine Corps,
Okay.
to the 5th Marine Division.
All right.
As a Navy corpsman.
As a Navy corpsman.
Right.
So, all right. And what date did you enter the Navy? What year?
42.
42. Okay.
September 29th, 1942.
Okay. Thank you. So.
From the third year of high.
All right.
Just finished the third year of high.
Okay. Thank you. And so why did you join the military? I mean, you still probably could have stayed in high school.
Well, I could have stayed in high school, but I'd say one thing. My parents came from Europe, and they love this country. And whatever happens in a lot of other homes, I don't know, but in my home, we always were told to appreciate what we have and what we have in this country, and we're very, very patriotic, the girls and the boys in my family. And I said, and I thought I didn't need the last year of high school, which I did, but I didn't need it at that time, and I went into service.
Sure. And when you joined the military, were there other family members, relatives, friends that would join in the military or had joined the military?
Not really then. I was too young. I was probably the first one in my little group of guys.
And did anyone of your family, relatives, or friends try to discourage you from joining the military?
Well, just my mother and my father. They wanted me to stay home, and they said, I have an older brother that he should go first, and then you can go after him. But it was reversed, that he came about a year later.
Sure. Now, when you joined the military, do you remember what it was like that first day you joined? What was it like when you left the house, and what'd you do, take the train down? Or?
Yeah, I left the house, and I left my mother on the front porch, and I couldn't stop her from coming. As I finally said, you can't come any further than the front porch, that last step. You have to let me go now. And then I went down and got on the streetcar, went down to the federal building in Boston, and was sworn in, and next thing you know, I'm on my way to Great Lakes, Illinois.
Oh boy. And did you go by yourself, or were there a group of other?
No, there was a small group. Once we got to the federal building, there was a small group,
and they put you on a train.
Put us on a train, and off we went.
Yeah. Sounds familiar to me.
Yeah.
So, and when you got there, the Navy, I'm not sure they have drill instructors, but they have something similar to it. What was it like when you got to the Great Lakes there? What was boot camp like?
Boot camp being that young, boot camp was interesting. It was just, you issued your clothes and was taught how to wash them. And you were up every morning, you were drilling. We taught the rifle drill. But in Boston, and when we went to high school, they taught us the arms, right shoulder, left shoulder arms. We taught us the rifle drill, so it was nothing new to me, except the marching.
Yeah.
I said, other than that, I said, I rather enjoyed it. It was, to me, it wasn't difficult.
Okay, so anyway, when camp ended, when boot camp ended, did they send you someplace for additional training?
Well, they said to me you're going to be a hospital corpsman. And then went home for a week or two, and then went back to Great Lakes, Illinois, to hospital corps school. And then from there, I was a corpsman. I went to Portsmouth, New Hampshire, as a corpsman. And from there, they transferred me to the Charlestown Navy Yard as a corpsman. And you were learning. At that age, I would clean somebody's arm up with a good cut on or something, and I'd say to the just ready for the doctor, and he'd say how many stitches. I'd say to him 4. He'd say put them in, and I was putting stitches in when I should have been in my last year of high school. I was putting stitches in, but I was getting promoted.
Wow!
It wasn't, it's
now Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
I think that's where they have a brig, prison.
It was a brig.
Yeah.
I took care of a Marine that was in the brig.
Yeah.
Was in the hospital. It was sick in a ward. I took care of him, and
that would have been good learning experience.
Well, he was really an innocent man, really proven, and he bought me a tailor-made uniform.
Wow.
It was on my big guy. A guy was leaving. Corpsman was being discharged from the hospital. He said I put it on my bed, it would fit me perfect. It fit me like a glove.
Wow.
And he said to me, you're the only one that fit me. He says, I'd give him he'd be in the brig. So because he was in my ward, I had to go down to the brig and feed him. And I had Velveeta cheese that first come out, then I would palm the Velveeta cheese onto the tray. And I would give him his bread and water with the Velveeta cheese on the tray. I know it's against the rules of everything, but being a kid and him being a young guy himself, I helped feed him. He said to me, without you, I would have starved to death, he said.
Wow.
And
then from there you were down to the Charlestown
Navy Yard.
Getting you back to Boston.
Yeah, I was back in Boston, and I had good friends there, and I'd come home every third night. I'd be home, or whatever it would be, and I was waiting for a ship, and they finally said, you got a ship, and I read it, and it said Kristo Apostol FMF PAC. What kind of a ship is that?
Yeah.
I says, Kristo, you're now in the Marine Corps. Yeah. It's Fleet Marine Force Pacific.
Yeah.
In your life expectancy is possibly 24 hours, and you're gone. So.
Yeah.
So
hey, they're gonna be yelling corpsmen up, and they'll be looking for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy. So from there, from Charlestown, you got your orders to go New River, North Carolina, and so you were with the 2nd Marine Division.
No,
5th Marine.
5th Marine Division was being formed then.
Okay.
5th Marine Division, and we went from there to Camp Pendleton on the West Coast with the 5th Marine Division to Camp Pendleton.
Yeah.
But by this time now I'm promoted to 2nd-class pharmacist mate.
Yeah.
And all because of that dispensaries there in the Charlestown Navy Yard with the doctors. And they were teaching you. If you learned anything anywhere in the service, you learned it there. It's not that you needed to be as a company aid man or the corpsman. It would help, but you didn't need it. but I got you accustomed to some gruesome things. You know, like some guy with a fingernail jammed in the Navy hat, and he's jammed in the doctor looked at it, and I put the shots in for him. I said, "It's okay, doctor." I was all set. He says, "Oh no, just take it off." And I had to take the guy's fingernail off, the gentleman, and
Wow.
sit in the chair and pry it off, take it off.
Well, for what was coming, that was probably good practice.
Actually, right.
Yeah.
The sites later
So
was that.
what happened was, after this, you were not assigned to a permanent duty station or a ship. You were assigned to
A company.
a company.
Yeah,
And this company was going to the Pacific.
right.
Okay.
We went then to Camp Pendleton, and from there we went to Camp Tarawa in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And from there we were going to go to Iwo Jima.
Wow. Jeez.
But I mean, I had no big problems in the service. I could have stayed in, for that matter. I could have even stayed. I mean, I liked what I was doing. I liked the people I was with.
Yeah. Let me ask now, while you were in the units that you were in, were you making, good friends, people you were becoming close with, and
I had a couple of real good friends.
Yeah.
And I lost one of them on Iwo Jima.
yeah,
Just the base of the mountain, Mount Sobachi, I lost him. Very good friend. That we would meet with after the war.
yeah,
We'd meet with them.
yeah,
And I found, to me, the people from Western Pennsylvania and West Virginia, to me, were the greatest Marines, the greatest guys to be with.
Why was that?
I don't know, it's just the way they were brought up or something. Whether it was the coal mines or the steel workers, and families they were children of the families of those workers, hardworking people. I think I would say that had a lot to do with it.
Yeah,
And I was with a father that made you work 7 days a week. You can have anything after 7, you can have a day off. You won't get any days off.
yeah,
But that's the way they were brought up, and they were very close, and they were watchful. You were younger than a lot of them, and they were very watchful that, you didn't get pushed around, and you
Sure.
didn't get the physical stuff.
Well, some of the questions we ask are, were you in a combat zone, and did you get wounded, or did you see any people get wounded? And obviously, I mean, that happened.
Yeah.
Did you get
Yes.
wounded yourself?
Yeah, I got wounded myself.
Yeah.
Right. I lasted like about 10 days. But what I did is, when I landed, after I worked in that Marine on the CB, I was ordered up the mountain. The first flag wasn't up yet. I was ordered up the mountain to relieve Bradley, the corpsman, with a guy named Duff from West Virginia. And we went up there, and Duff, Bradley was sitting on the ground, which over relieved, and he was rather shook, and we could see it. And he says, "I'm all right." Okay. We walked away from him. We looked through a big telescope the Japanese had up there. And we looked through that, and we see the tanks down below. We said, "Look at that! What a break we got already." He says, "There's a tank going down there." I said, "We can see them." And the next thing, they hauled over. We wanted a corpsman to go with squad Marines for snipers on the top of the mountain. And I said I couldn't send Duff. I was in charge of one guy, so I said, "Duff, you stay with the telescope, and I know where to find you. So I'll go with them." So I showed up with a squad of Marines there, and then the last one would say to me, "Hey, Doc, do you have your safety in your rifle?" I says, "No, I don't." When they put it on, I says, "No, I won't." So they all give me a little smile. And then the one up front says to me, "Well, would you like to lead us?" I says, "No, I don't. I won't lead you." I said, so we had a little fun with it, and then we went off around the mountain, and for about maybe an hour, we looked around, found no snipers, no nothing, and And then got parted. We both got orders to go someplace else. We got split up then. And I joined another company. I was with, I think, E, F, and G company in the platoons, and I wasn't always too sure who I was with.
Yeah.
And because it was, I had some good experiences, not the good, big experiences. One in particular, first of all, we kept going out and getting some of the Marines out and lugging them out to have some sniper fire. Now the Marines were up further up. And so then I got an order to go to a company, and they said, it was almost dusk, and they said, we want you to get 8 corpsmen. I said, I got 1 corpsman with me. How do I get 8 corpsmen? So there was 2 Marines that were hit, and they can't get them out. They got to get some corpsmen. And figure out the captain of the Marines are waiting for you. He's in the hall. You got to look for him. So say I got 6 corpsmen from 2 different companies. And I went alongside this whole wall of rocks, and I kept looking for them. And I held the other guy, some of the guys back maybe 20, 30 feet behind me, and I just kept looking for the captain. I saw his head pop up and down, so I knew none. I held him there. I ran like hell, jumped down beside the captain. He said to me, I'm going to give you cover fire, and I'm going to give you smoke. He said, but I don't want you to move yet. And here's where I think they are. We're not too sure where these 2 Marines are. So he says, I want you to jump up, but I only want you to jump up once, not twice. I got it. Okay, so I says, okay, you're right. I jumped up, okay, I'm down. I got an idea where they are. They're probably 40, 50, 60 feet away. So I got back to the guys. I told them what we got to do. No stretches. Just run up. I said, run up, grab them by the arms and legs and come out there and run like hell. I said, no messing around. I said, no. When he gives me the word, I said, I want us 4 to get up, the group I'm with. I'm going to grab the first Marine, and then you've got to visualize halfway up, when we're over halfway up, and you start up. I said, so we're not up there together, not 8, but 4 at a time. You got it? We got it. Okay, so I watched the captain. He gave us the smoke, and he gave us the signal, and when we took off, and they fired over our heads. We ran up like hell. We found them right away, almost side by side. We got the first one up, and as we come down, we got the second group was up and down. We got them clockwork, bang, 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 like that. We got them right out. Got along the wall. I looked over at the captain. They went like that. He went like that. And we're gone. We got them out, and we had some Marines come over with some equipment and got them over on that side. Got them out.
Wow.
Next day I was with another outfit. So I hardly knew who I was with.
Wow.
No, but the thing was, the last day I was with what we were. I was like this. I said, I'm with this outfit. We're gonna move out. And he said, the Marine lieutenant said to me, I want you to take a couple of grenades. I said, geez, Lieutenant, I don't like grenades. I says, I got my carbine, I'm all set. No, if I need it, I'm all set. No, take 2 grenades. So geez, I took the 2 grenades, I stuck them in my pocket, on the side pocket. All I could think of was getting shot with a grenade that blows my little body apart. I don't like the grenades. But anyway, I took them because he ordered me to take them. So now I got a call. They said, you Chris Apostol? I said, yeah. And they said, well, they're sending you back. So I went behind some rocks and sent the corpsman up, and was all beat up. He had to go back. The doctor in the back of the thing said to me, well, if I get 2 corpsmen, I'll get you. Okay, so I got to go back up with the same outfit I'm with now. That's the one that gave me the grenades. So then they're going to move out. They move out, and the next thing you know, I got pinned down, and I got out, and I saw a Marine in front of me get hit so bad that it was from the toe, from the head. I could see it in front of me to this day. My wife says, you got to get over it. I said, from head to toe, I've never seen anything as red, as bloody as that moment. I said, wide open. I said, another Marine at that time was with the lieutenant. I'm trying to tell the lieutenant, don't come back. He stepped back and turned to, he company needs us or something, and turned around right through the chest, sat down, gone. And the other kid hand was ripped partly open. He's on my little skinny shoulders, and I'm dragging him down. I could still see the reserve outfit. Everybody looked the same to me. The same faces. The same faces. Everyone was the same, clean shaven. I don't know why. They looked like 4 deep, maybe 6 in a breath. They're gonna come up. They were gonna move up. So with that turnaround, I says, I got this kid. I get this guy. But in the meantime, I saw one Marine in an open, and here's the question was always asked: who do you help if the guy is hit and there's no cover? There's no way if you're gonna get it. You might get hit yourself. Well, that bothered me. From there to maybe the width of this room, I made a lunge out and laid down beside the Marine. Said, "Whatever you do, don't move." I said, "Just don't move." And I ran like hell. I jumped into a tank trap. I crawled down with some dead Japs in there. I crawled down. I yelled out, "I want a corpsman." Who was setting some barbed wire up there. I want a corpsman. Who comes down but my pal Duff from the mountain. She said, "What's going on?" I told him what's going on. We got to get this guy out. Well, we ran like hell, and next thing you know, they opened up on us. I got shot with a dum-dum bullet through his thigh, tore up the backside of my thigh. I never had pain like that in my life. And Duff gets shot through the kneecap. But with his bullet, mine was a dum-dum bullet, his was a regular bullet. It lifted his kneecap up, went under, but of course he was still in pain, but the thing wasn't like, if he got the dum-dum, his leg was gone. But anyway, we're laying there, I got a shot of morphine from Duff. And then he says to me, "Chris, I can get out, but I'll have to leave you." "It's okay, Duff, if you gotta go, there's no way I'm gonna get out unless you get out." So he says to me, "Okay." Meanwhile, our office is way over here on the side. So with that, Duff got away, and I lay there for a while. I took another shot. I opened up my own morphine, shot myself in the thumb in the bum, squeezed the tube out. I lay there. I thought I was there like an hour. Years later, they tell me I was there like 7 or 8 hours. But anyway, a tank come up and went over this way and swerved like that. I thought it was a Jap tank, and it swerved like that. And then there's a head upside, and on the tank is a trap door. About this, you get a bill like that, about that wide. There's a head upside down. He said, "Crawl over." I says, No, get closer." So they drove up a little closer. And when they pulled me in, he said, "Oh, gee, what do you got in your hands?" I says, "2 grenades." How your mind thinks, right? Because my rifle's gone. I said, "Got 2 grenades." "Jesus, don't come in here with them. So chuck them." So I chucked them, and they pulled me up, and they said, "We'll make you the machine gunner." I said, "I don't want to be a machine gunner. I just want to get the hell out of here." So they drove out. We got like I'll make a story short for you, but we got as far as the beach and to the aid station where they took me inside, and I actually, from there, being coming out of the tank, I had to blank out because I don't remember a thing from inside. Then the next thing I woke up, I was on the beach, and they were being evacuated, and I remember there was an ear raid or something, and everybody beat it except this other Marine and I. And he said to me, "Doc," he said, "You know what? He said, I think you're dying. I want to tell you something. You got 2 wristwatches. These are the things that hit you. They're funny. 2 is, and when you die, I'll have those 2 wristwatches. My good friend," I said, "if anybody dies, it's you. Your hip is sticking so far out, it looks like there's 2 pieces of you." I said, "Right." So with that, we had a little, our own little giggle, and we got evacuated. And this thing had a short in the story. I'm on the ship, and one of the kids that I helped get out with the bad arm said, "Hey, Doc, like, thanks a lot," and boom, the ship gets hit.
Huh.
You wouldn't believe the noise. I could still hear the noise. The noise was unbelievable. And we lost 2 sailors on the ship. And I said, all I want to do is get the hell home.
Do you ever think that they were out to get you
Well,
personally?
they were going to kill one Albanian and wanted to kill him.
Yeah. Jeez. So,
Now,
so Chris, after you got off of, Iwo Jima,
yeah,
what happened next? You
we went to
rehab there, R&R or
no,
something?
I didn't really have like rehab like I have now.
Yeah.
I went as far as to San Francisco. From there, I went to Maryland, Bethesda.
Bethesda,
I
yeah.
went there. I was there for a little while, and on Liberty with the crutches. And what happened was they couldn't draw the medals. They said, so we all kind of go on Liberty Friday, got to go Saturday morning. So I went to the nurse and told her, I says, look, I really rather have Liberty than the Purple Hat. Would do me a favor, get the Purple Hat for me and put it under my pillow. And I'll get it when I come back Monday morning, Sunday night. Oh, so next thing I'm sitting there, 2 naval officers come in, sit down with me, and they go like this here. We've been in the Pacific, we've been in that. And I says, the hell is this? They're checking me out. They figured I've lost it. Well, I did lose it. I thought being home and in Liberty was more important than getting the medal, So anyway, as it turned out to be, I had to stay till we got the medal. We got Saturday morning, got home, and I was so far gone. I couldn't get home. I could only get to Worcester. So I got the train to Worcester, and I got a taxi cab. My father would go through Brookline Village somewhere around 6:30 in the morning. I could figure out this. Would you believe it? In front of the Brookline Theater, I'm coming down with the taxi cab. I yell, "Hey, Pa!" Holy shit, he says. Holy mackerel. What is it? Pay the cab driver. Pay the cab driver. Holy Jesus, he pays the cab driver. And he said he can't go into Boston. He could only go as far as Brookline. So from there, I got my crutches and I went home.
Wow.
But it was a long ride just to be home again.
Now, once you got home
Yeah.
and you're on the crutches,
Yeah.
they're not going to let you out until you're completely better, right?
Right.
So you're home on leave for a bit. Then you had to go back to Bethesda.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I never got Liberty. I just got
Yeah.
home on a weekend or something.
Right.
But of course, I realize more now what was happening, not then. I just turned 20,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna get out. So they dropped by that time, and then they dropped the bomb, and then bingo, I was out. But I was not on crutches then. I was to the thing. In fact, I was going back to the Navy, and in some way or other they stopped me from going back to the Navy. And I was going to get discharged no matter what. But I didn't know I'm saying to you guys, I had it not knowing it.
Right.
I thought I was fine.
Well, we ask everyone 2 questions. One, what was your most memorable experience in the military? And you probably have a few, but is there one that you can pick out? Maybe you've already told me.
Yeah, it actually being rescued by the tank.
Yeah.
And,
Sure.
and driving over and been pulled in and
Sure.
and the 2 Marines that were
Get rid of the hand grenades.
brought you up there. Yeah. Don't bring the grenades
Don't
in
bring
here.
them in, yeah.
Yeah. But,
And what about a humorous experience? Can you think of anything that was actually funny that happened to you while you were in?
Well, everything. I got with a humorous experience was lying to the officer on Liberty. I says, I'm gonna get a telegram. I'm gonna meet my girlfriend here and want to go to meet you in San Diego and we'll get married in Tijuana because it was a lie. So I got Liberty then right away then till the following Wednesday, and then the guys got their Liberty on a Friday, so I was back 2 days and back on Liberty again. So I was gone like a week and a half. But they said, you gotta come from Boston to do the right thinking. You come from someplace else. I said, you're gonna have 2 days off and you're back again.
Now, the last day you were in the Navy, in the military, do you remember that? What it was like when you got out that very last day?
Yeah, they gave us some money, I don't know how much it was.
Yeah.
And the tickets to Boston.
Yeah. And did your folks know you were coming home that day?
Yeah, they knew I was coming. Yeah.
You must have been happy about that.
I was happy then to get out.
Oh, yeah.
That was my parents. My brother had already gone through the Battle of the Bulge, and only two. We had four girls, and two of my sisters died at being 4 or 5 years old from diphtheria in the 20s.
Wow.
So they lost them. And my sister came home. Unfortunately, she had gotten tuberculosis and she was passing away. I was home 1 week, come back the second week to visit her up in Rutland somewhere. And we visited her and they came out and they said she just passed away.
Yeah, that's where the hospital was out there.
Yeah, she was match married, and had we ever been home, we never would have married this man. It's a terrible marriage. Poor girl went through.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well, I say so we lost all the girls. When my other sister married a guy from Brookline, from Perry Street. And we can't have, my mother said, we don't want any more Irishmen in this family. And Bob Warren comes in. It was funny. I will get over it, I tell her. She got over it, Charlie. We were a great guy, a great marriage.
Well, let me ask, when you did get home, when you finally got out of the Navy and you got home, what did you decide to do? Did you decide to go back to school, go to work, or just take it easy?
I went to the VA, and I had a guy who never should have been working there to help you. He was giving me a job to be press clothes. And I hung in this corner, on that corner there was the guy that presses clothes. I says, the hell did the guy do to me? I said, I don't want to press clothes. I want to learn the business, but I mean, you can learn that business in a week. You know, it's getting customers really. So anyway, I lost all the faith in that end of it. So eventually, I took the exam. I worked for a construction company. I worked on Mass Avenue Bridge, digging up with the thing there and lifting them up with my wrists. My fingers would split. I was just married, and so anyway, I took the exam for the fire department, and eventually I got on the fire department. You know, no big shot, no big mark, but enough to get on. You know.
Right. Well, since you got out, I was going to ask if you went to the VA for any medical treatment or...
Yeah, when I go out, the VA hospital was built right there by where my house was. I had a lump of something on my shoulder, and they were operating on it, and after they did, I'm looking out the window, and I could see my oldest daughter, about 7 years old, come out and go to the store to buy some loaf of bread or something. I could see her from the hospital, so it was fine there. I had treatment. When I went to, I went from there. We moved to Norwell, and we had a nice life in Norwell. My wife, my children grew up in Norwell. They had a nice life. Sure. My oldest girl was a very pretty girl, queen of the prom. 2 years later, my second girl was queen of the prom. Almost like I could pay them off. the third year, the third girl was mad because she wasn't queen of the prom. But the thing was, they had their lives, and it was good. I had a son down here. I played hockey, went to Colby College, and I had a good life. I'm ready for anything now. My wife is too.
Well, let me ask just a couple of more things. The military, can you talk a little bit about how having served in the military has affected your life in general?
My life or my wife?
Your life.
My wife.
Life.
Oh, my life.
Yeah.
Well,
which I guess would
yeah.
include your wife.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I was always proud of who I was with. I loved like to say that Coleman didn't like the Marine Corps, being in the Marine Corps. I didn't mind it at all.
yeah.
I liked who I was with. And I was with guys just like myself, most of them around my ages. And I had good officers. And I had guys that and when I was in combat, I know with people would never leave you. I knew I was never alone. And I had to do something, I did it. I didn't question anything. I wasn't no brave guy, I was no tough guy, I just did what all those guys, Marines, all did the same thing, you know.
Yeah, you know they'd take care of you and you'd
Yeah.
take care of them.
I just had one instance of captain's mast, which was over what I thought about minorities. I said nobody should own a person.
Yeah.
That was my answer. I said where I come from, we don't own another person.
Right.
If you want somebody, you hire them as a maid or whatever. You don't own them. And I said, well, I got a little scuffle over that.
Yeah.
He says, and I physically lost it, but that's okay.
And so, did you think that the military helped prepare you for success, like, say, for instance, with the fire department?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it made me. I'm gonna show you what I
All right.
do it.
We'll pass over that one. Let me wrap this up. Is there anything that you would like to add that we haven't covered in this interview? Is there anything you would like to add to it? Anything you'd like to say?
Well, I think once you leave the service and you've had these close friends, it's hard to get friends like that again, which I did eventually have good friends I grew up with, and I chummed with them almost all my life.
Yeah.
I said that I worked in the fire department, I had close friends there, and so I used to write a little bit. I never knew I could write because I only went to third year high school, but I did get a diploma. The principal of Jamaica Plain High School, his name was Kelly. He made sure I got the diploma for JP High, he's graduate.
Excellent.
So that was a great move. I thought a nice thing for a person to do.
Excellent.
And that helped me over the lump for
Excellent.
having that.
Well, Chris, I want to thank you for taking part in this interview with the Massachusetts Veterans Oral History Project.
Okay.
And I want to thank you for your service to your country and
My
to
pleasure.
your community and to the Commonwealth. And
It was my pleasure, John.
I'm going to say Semper Fi. So,
Semper Fi is right.
All right.
Semper Fi. And I love the people I was with. Navy and Marine Corps, all, to me, everybody was the same.
right.
Well, I just love belonging with the right people. I'm a very fortunate man.
They were fortunate to have you.
Yeah, right.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, good point.